Now let's convert the PHP files we wrote in the previous topic into dynamic web applications. So let us first make a simple calculator. We will take two inputs using HTML and then perform an operation on them using PHP. So let's look at the HTML part first. We create an HTML file called cals.html. Write the necessary starting tags and then go to the form tag. Here the action parameters has the value as the PHP file where the inputs will go. Remember, we will use this same name as the name of the PHP file that we will make after this. Then we define the method as get. Now we have the input tag. The type attribute has value text and its name is num1. The placeholder attribute is used to give the message that will be printed on the page for the user to input the values. Then again we do the same to input another number. Then we have another input tag to take input for the operation that the user would want to perform on these two numbers. Then we have an input tag for the submit button which is given the value calculate. You can write anything like go, submit or calculate here. So our HTML code is complete now. Now let us write the corresponding PHP code for this. So we create a PHP file called calc.php. Then we start writing the PHP code. Now we define a variable and in this we store the values that the user has entered. So int val is a predefined function that will be used here to forcefully convert all values to integer data type. Then we again write $_get to pick the values from the HTML form and we pass the values here. Make sure that this is the same name that we have used for the input tag that takes the values from the user in the HTML form. We follow the same process for the second variable now. Then we use a variable to store the operator that the user has entered. We will not use the int val function here because an operator is not an integer. So we simply store it as it is using the $_get variable to pick the value of op. Now that we have picked and stored the values, let us work on them. We write the if-else conditions. Now if the operator entered is plus, we add the two values. Else if it is minus, we subtract the second value from the first value and if something else is entered, we display this message. So now we can save this file and check if our program runs well. Voila, it works. You can extend the PHP code to include more such operators. Now let us write another program. So let's now take the username and the password from the user and log him in. Let's write the HTML part first. We have an HTML file and we write the opening HTML tags. Now we come to the form tag. The action parameter is defined and then the method parameter. Now here we use the post method instead of the get method since the input data is critical. Now we create the input tag for the username to be entered and then for the password. Remember to write the placeholder attribute in both of these to give clear messages to the users. Then we write the input tag with the submit type and give it the value login. You can give any value here. Now let us go to the PHP part. We create a PHP file. We declare two variables here for username and password and give them the correct values for the username and password. The user's input will now be checked against these values and if the input is the same as these, the user will be logged in. Next, we will declare two more variables where we will store the values entered by the user. We use the $_post variable here to pick the values using the post method. Remember, the values passed here should be the same as the parameter names used for entering values. Now we write the main program. So if the value entered for the username is the same as the correct username and if the password entered is the same as the correct password, we echo logged in. We have used double equal to operator here to check for similarity between the values of the two variables and we have used the double and sign here to check that both the username and password must be correct for the condition to be true. Next we write an else if statement to check if only the username is correct. We echo the statement password is incorrect. Now, if both the above statements are not true, that is, neither the username nor the password is correct, we echo this statement. Now let's run the program and check if it works properly. Yes, it does. You can try doing this for many more programs, including the ones we have created in the previous topic. Now you can take a look at this program we just created and think why it cannot be used for practical reasons. Well, it's simple. So here, as you can see, we have given the correct username and password against which the input values are checked. But this can only be done for 1 or 2 users. What if there are tens or hundreds or thousands of users? Can we give the correct username and password for each one of them and then check it using the if-else condition? Well, no, we can't. And that is why we use database to store these values. In the coming topics, we will learn more about databases.